Hi, this is Chris from Orange Coast College's Art Department, reviewing how to do a do-it-yourself graphite paper transfer. Now, to start off, you should know that you can buy graphite paper at the art supply store, and it comes in a box kind of like wax paper that you've got in your kitchen, and you unroll it and you put it in between your drawing and your final paper and you trace. But that costs money, and it's at the art supply store. It may not be where you need it at the moment. So how can you do a hack on that? And it's pretty easy. What we want to do is put graphite on the back of whatever our setup sketch is. Now I'm going to end up doing this, which is a copy from a copy machine, but typically you might be doing your own drawing, and I encourage you to do your setup drawings on tracing paper or vellum or something that you can layer and improve as you go so that you're not locked in to your first draft. So let's just assume that I wanted to transfer the line work of this little hot water pot. All I need to do is turn it over and cover it with graphite. So I can do it just like this, or if I've got graphite sticks around, even faster, I can do it like this. And I only need to go where my drawing is, so I can just double check that, make sure I get to those areas. And then once I've got that of it, I've got my own graphite paper on the back, and I can use it to transfer. Now, for my project ahead, I'm going to do it off of this photocopy. So I'm just going to turn it around, and I can still see through and get a little bit of the idea of what's going on. So let's take my graphite stick. And again, you can do this with a pencil, but don't do it with charcoal. Charcoal is too messy, and it comes off the paper too easy, and it's going to leave behind a lot of charcoal powder on your drawing. So I did it on the back of my watercolor pad so that it was nice and smooth. You may notice that I picked up some of the grain of this table. But here I've got it fairly smooth. So here's my watercolor block. This is going to take a bit of water because I've got some wide open spaces here. So I'm doing it on a block rather than a loose sheet. If I was doing it on a loose sheet, I could use a light table or one of our hacks from the video about doing a do-it-yourself light table at home. So I'm going to line this up and get it where I want it to be, because once I do this, I'm locked in. And I'm going to use one of my red or blue colored pencils sharpened so I know where I've been. This helps me know where I've already gone. So let's just time lapse this, and I'm gonna go around and draw wherever I want graphite lines to appear. Okay, and I think I've got everything, so let's see what happened. So I lift this off. And I really didn't have much graphite transfer where I didn't want it to. And that's really a big difference between using graphite and charcoal for something like this. Now, I can go ahead and start painting here if I'm not interested in any further line work. But I think what I might do is use some permanent black ink and give this an edge, and then I can overlap or go into the edge as I want when I paint it. If for some reason I had pressed down too hard with this, like right here there's a little mark, I'd just come in with a kneaded eraser, make sure that I clean it up first by pulling it like taffy a dozen times or so. and I can just pick up any sort of stray marks. And if I feel like my line was a little too dark, I can just give it a light brush down here. That'll decrease the amount of graphite on the page. So I just touch it really lightly with the kneaded eraser. All right, now it's your turn. Get your drawing together either on tracing paper or any other paper that might be a little more opaque. And if you're using a watercolor block where you can't backlight, go ahead and use graphite transfer. Good luck.